During the mid-12th century, the Almohads overthrew the Almoravids. Although there are numerous minarets, fortresses, palaces, and mosques throughout Spain and Portugal, a lot of the architecture can be attributed to the Almohads. The Almohads were from southern Morocco near Marrakech and the high Atlas Mountains. The Almohads had a similar rise to power to the Almoravids. Ibn Tumurt returned from Hajj in Mecca to discover that the Muslims in the Maghrib and Al-Andalusia were not practicing Islam in accordance with the correct principles found in the Quran. Ibn Tumurt was determined that the Almoravids had to change or be removed. Ibn Tumurt would openly disrespect Almoravid nobility, even the emir, Ali ibn Yusuf, in public. Instead of killing or exiling Ibn Tumurt, Emir Ali had Ibn Tumurt flogged multiple times in public after imprisonment. This only made Ibn Tumurt more determined, and he was able to generate a substantial following. Unfortunately, the Almoravids had a two-front war, a civil war against the Almohads in Africa and the Christians advancing the Reconquista in Spain. One could argue the biggest problem the Almoravids had was taxes. The Almoravids had to levy heavy taxes on the people in order to fight the Christians in Spain. These taxes are probably why Ibn Tumurt gained so much popularity. The Almohads won some battles, but lost a major battle for Marrakech to the Almoravids. In this battle, the Almohads' leadership was decimated and Ibn Tumurt recused himself from his followers. He soon died. New leadership was ruthless. The Almohads took on guerrilla war tactics. As the Almoravids did almost a century earlier, they attacked the gold trade coming from ancient Ghana, or also called the Sudan. Without the enormous gold coming from the Sudan, the Almoravids were crippled. They had to levy even higher taxes on the people to fight the Spaniards and Almohads. The Almoravids couldn't survive. City after city either was defeated or the leadership switched sides to the Almohads. Once the Almohads assumed control over Africa, they entered Spain to defeat the Almoravid leaders there. Similarly, some Almoravids were defeated, and others capitulated and became Almohads. Then, the Almohads concentrated on the Spanish. The Almohads secured the Iberian Peninsula for the Muslims with the Battle of Alarcos. King Alfonso VIII of Castile was convincingly defeated. Initially, the Almohads were put off with the way of life in Al-Andalusia, as did the Almoravids. They believed the Andalusian Muslims had veered too far from Islam. They overly indulged in materialism and wine. The Almohads also thought the Almoravids were too tolerant of Christians and Jews, which both emigrated to Christian kingdoms. This all changed after a few decades. During this period, the great philosopher Averroes, admired by many, including the Christians, rose to prominence. Additionally, the Almohads furthered the Ummah and Al-Andalusian pursuit of architecture magnificence. The Almohads built the Giralda Minaret, Real Alcazar Palace, and Torre del Oro in Seville. Additionally, the Almohads built the Calahorra Tower that lies across the Guadalquivir River opposite to the Great Mosque of Cordoba. Let's not forget, the Almohads were indeed African, and their primary source of income was the gold from the Sudan. The Almohads also built amazing architecture in Africa. In Morocco, the Almohads built the Koutoubia Mosque in Marrakech and Hassan Tower in Rabat. These are the most remarkable of the many amazing structures the Almohads built in Africa. The Almohad Empire's borders were from Mauritania to Valencia in the north. The Almoravids' western border was Libya and extended eastward to Portugal. The Almohads' empire lasted from 1150 AD to 1250 AD. The historical figures, events, and places have been woven into a riveting fictional story in the book The Moors in Spain, when Arab and African Muslims led the world. The book is available on Amazon.com. Goodbye for now. See you in the next episode of Amazing History Stories. You don't want to miss the Kingdom of Granada.